maybe.
All I do is win, 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 no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get enough. And every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go up. And they stay there, and they stay there, and they stay there. Down, down, down. Cause all I do is win, win, win. And if you going in, put your hands in the air. You stay there.
All right, Luda. I cut my husband off. He was going to start rocking out. Okay, so we wanted to get you guys on. We wanted to make sure that all of our new teammates are able to launch their business. We want to make sure that all of our existing teammates and new teammates that are bringing on new teammates are ready to help their teammates launch the business. So first, we just want to welcome you guys and thank you for taking time to jump on this chat and you know, really grow your business, because it's, you know, this is yours. This isn't a mandatory thing for you guys to do at all. So thank you for taking time to join us this evening. We're so excited that you're here. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Okay, we're going to go ahead and get started. So one of the biggest things, like I was talking to Chad and
we didn't even know what was on.
I was like, so yeah,
tips.
I was like, I want to do like a launch type, you know, tip type training or whatever, launch parties, launching your business. I was like, what do you think we should talk about? The first thing we both said, it was so funny. I don't, maybe it's because we're married, maybe it's because we're just freaking awesome. But the first thing that we both said was success loves speed. Okay, so successful people keep up the momentum is basically what that means. So don't, you know, post one day and then not post for 20 days and then post one day and then maybe 5 days later, like, and I'm not just talking about posting, I'm talking about your business in general. So success loves speed, and successful people grow quickly, whether it be when you first started or whether it be that you just decided today is the day that you really want to like start really working your business. Take that first step and don't stop. Like keep stepping, keep on stepping. Oh, I like that. Hashtag keep on stepping.
And with growing fast and moving fast, it's kind of like a plague, or, you know,
I don't know where he's going with this.
It's like a law of attraction, okay? Not a plague. It's like a law of attraction. The more faster you grow, the more excited you are, the more business you're going to get. And the more that people are going to want to join your team and be a part of what you're doing, because they see all this exciting growth and all these new customers coming on board and just you having fun. And it just makes, you know, it makes the law of attraction. And if you guys have read The Secret, then you know what I'm talking about. If not, read the book or watch the movie, The Secret.
All right. So first, Crystal, can you unmute yourself? Just wanted to ask you a couple questions. Why do you think that it's so important to be quick and, you know, success loves speed? Why do you think that's so important? You're still muted. You got to unmute yourself. And then tell us a little bit about like a 90-day burst and what that means.
Okay, so success loves speed. You have a lot of momentum going when the excitement is going on. So if you guys are constantly working and you're consistently speaking to people, you're getting excited. And then they can see through that excitement that you're excited, and it gets them excited too. So we have little customers for 90 days. They're ordering one product a month for 3 months. The more people that you can get in a small period of time, the more volume that you're building in a quicker period of time. So that's going to push you to your promotions quicker, and that's going to keep those little customers ordering for the next 3 months. So when you have little customers that are continuously going in the system, that's pushing your volume up, and that's getting you closer to those promotions.
Yeah. So, I mean, think of it kind of like climbing a mountain almost. Like you get 3 little customers and they're still ordering. And then you get 3 more little customers and they're still ordering. And then you get 3 more little customers and they're still ordering. So you're continuing to grow because you're continuing to put in more new customers, more new distributors. You're continuing to change lives basically. And they're still there and they're still growing. So this business is amazing because you're getting a residual income off of this. and you're continuing to build a base from it.
And it also, if one falls off or two fall off, then you always have that next one kind of to replace it if you keep adding new customers. So it's pretty important.
I was going to move on, but actually I want to take a moment to congratulate Miss Crystal. Her team grew by 3 distributors in one day. And
Yeah.
Can you tell everybody, like, real quick in like a minute or two, a little bit about what you guys just did, like, you know, going to stay overnight and going to the event? And really, this just is a true testament to being excited. And so tell them a little about what you did and what you called into existence and a little bit about all of that.
Okay, so my team and I went to Hampton for a 1-2-1 mission. We stayed overnight in a hotel. So on the way, I had my new distributor, Stephanie. She had only been enrolled, I want to say like 3 weeks, and she brought 2 potentials with her. These 2 girls were excited. They were ready to go. They were just kind of waiting to get some people on board so they could take the leap. And on the way there, Brooke, she's one of the distributors that just enrolled that night. She said she had 3 wraps sold, and she said, if I don't wrap or sell this extra wrap, then we're getting the receptionist at the hotel to wrap. When we got there and she blitzed the receptionist, we ended up later that evening, the girl got off at 11, so we ended up bringing her back to our hotel room and she wrapped. And now Stephanie and Brooke have been talking to her, and she is like ready to go and jump on board to become a distributor. So that is awesome. And that just goes to show you, like, we weren't even there yet. We were just calling that into existence. We were saying, you know, if we don't get this extra wrap sold, then we are doing whatever we can to do it. And we said we're wrapping that receptionist, and it happened. Like, she was all for it. And so another good thing, we had such an amazing bonding night in the hotel. And with these 4 girls, it was myself and Stephanie and these 2 girls, I just feel like just being there with all the excitement was what these girls needed. It just put them in a better place in their lives. It gave them a better mindset. And we are just full force. Like, my whole team, like all of us, are just going crazy right now. There's so much momentum. There's so much excitement. And you just have to get to stuff like this. You have to go, and you have to just take that leap to go. It was such an amazing experience. I can't even explain it.
I know, she kept calling me. I'm like, girl, leave me alone. I got to go to bed.
We actually went out to eat, too. We went to Hooters. And Jessa blitzed our waitress, and our waitress was excited about making some money, too. So that was awesome.
So I think that's just a perfect testimony of how excited you guys were and how excited you were, the excitement you were able to feed into just random strangers and to call that into existence. So, like, if you think that your business isn't successful, it may be because you think your business isn't successful. So
Right.
you're going to sit there and say, you know, I can't do this, or I can't find anyone. That's probably why you can't find anyone, because your mind is already at the point where you can't find anyone, and people can read that from you. So they read the excitement off of these women just randomly running around having fun. Like, they were having fun building, and they were building a business doing it. So they read the excitement off of them, and now they have, you know, so Stephanie's been in like 3 weeks or whatever, and Crystal messages me today and says, I think Stephanie is going to be charted Ruby by maybe tomorrow. And so for those of you who don't know, Ruby comes with, at this point, a $1,000 bonus. So once she gets her Ruby chart filled, she also needs to work at filling in the customers, which is why the foreign customers are very important. And we'll talk even more about that at the end, because I have a surprise for you guys. So that's why that's so important, because customers are the lifeblood of this business. And yeah, we want to bring on new distributors, but we're not a pyramid scheme. We're not about just bringing on people to sell nothing. There's companies out there that have no product, and they just bring on people, and they just get you to bring on more people and more people and more people, and there's not even a product there. And so we have these amazing products, and Mark and Cindy and everybody that's at the top of this company, or, you know, makes these products, or whatever, whoever you want to talk about at the top, very easily sell these products to a Walmart or a Walgreens or to just a large corporation that would sell these products on their shelves very easily. Like they'd have no problem selling our products on their shelves. The bad thing is that the people that are actually selling them, the cashiers and the people that, you know, the people that are stocking the shelves, they're not going to get a raise by getting the It Works products there. They're not going to get a raise. The CEO of our company and the CEO of whatever company took on our products would be the people that would be getting a raise or an influx in their sales. And so they give us the opportunity to promote these products. They give us the opportunity to use these products and tell people about them. So,
and you guys should be excited because as she's saying that, you know, this is our wraps. I mean, some of the other things you can find, but our wraps are a first to market product, which means I don't even know anything else that's been first in the market that you were allowed to actually physically sell that nobody else has. You know, there's purses, there's makeup, everybody else has all that other stuff, but we have the wrap. Now, there is some knockoff wraps that you've seen probably out there, but it doesn't work like us. We're the only one that you can get that works the way ours does, and you're never going to find anything probably in this lifetime that's first to market. And so be excited about that. And
they're getting you. Give them you. You're selling yourself. It doesn't sound right, but you're selling yourself. Like I sell myself every day. You know, when I was in banking before I started this, I was in sales. I was a salesperson. We had to open up so many checking accounts, so many savings accounts, do so many loans, and it was tiring. And as soon as you met those goals, they raised them. We get to set our own goals, but that's not where I was going with that. You know, with sales, we're not selling a product. We're sharing an experience. So we're giving them the opportunity to choose whether they want to use the products or whether they want to use and share the products. Because that's really all we are. We're share people. So we're sharing products that we would be using anyway. So like when you go to a restaurant and it's amazing, you're going to tell people how great your food was, right? Do you get paid for that? No. Do they even give you free food? No. Most likely, probably not. So the company is giving you the opportunity to share products that you're going to fall in love with, find something that you love, and then use it, and then have a testimony and tell people about it. Or share somebody else's story. You may be so new that you don't have your own testimony. Share our story. Get to know us. Get to know the leaders.
I was an electrician, and now this is a little different because I have my own business. And how much did each one of you all pay?
I can't see you pointing at that.
Okay. How much did each one of you all pay to get started in this business? $100? Maybe some of you got a boost kit, but most of us $100. Okay. And what do you pay to run your business every month? $80, $100 max with a website? Come on. Like when I was an electrician, I had my own business. For me to make $5,000, I had to spend $10,000. And that's if I made $5,000. Sometimes I break, even and not make any money that month. And it was hard, and I always had to constantly sell stuff. With this, $100, and you can make $10,000, $20,000 a month. Whatever you want, whatever you work hard at, you can make in this business with a low $80 a month or less, auto shipment. So it's pretty awesome.
And we didn't even have that on our notes. Yeah. So let's get back to our notes real quick.
We're running off on a tangent.
We just went off. Okay. So you can see how excited we are, and that feeds into the people that we're speaking to. So Vanessa, can you unmute yourself? And see, we have our kids like running around randomly, like just a bunch of them running around randomly. I don't know how they came to. I think we finally figured out where they came from, and we put a stop to that. So Vanessa.
Hello.
All right, girl. So this girl right here, first I want to go over a few things, then I'm going to ask you a couple questions. So a note that we made was don't wait for your kit to come. Your kit's great and all. You're going to get 4 wraps in it. You're going to get some marketing material. But honestly, like people buy stuff online all the time without trying it. So if you're waiting for your kit to come, it's a crutch. You do not need your kit. So don't wait for your kit to come. You're going to be paralyzing your business for an entire week or more maybe, depending on whether there's backups and the shipping and delays in the shipping, or even if your package, I've had people's package gets lost. So don't wait for that to come in. It's really not that big of a deal. Okay. Everybody knows at least 4 people that have hair, skin, or nails, right? So do you know 4 people that have hair, skin, or nails? So like, or nose, so they can smell something, or mouth, they can taste something. So like literally there is a product within our product categories that will fit everyone. So I know that we lead with the wrap just because we live in such a vain society. It's such an easy product to sell. But actually, some of our other products are more my favorite products. I started using our products so I can leave the lights on with my husband. But now I fell in love with so many other products that are just so amazing. And one of my favorite products is the greens. I don't go a day without drinking the greens. And another one of my favorite products now is our energy drink, because I need energy as much as I can get. So real quick, Vanessa is a freaking loyal customer getting Rockstar. And I specifically asked her to jump on for this part because she did not wait for her kit to come in the mail. And she was very, very leery when she started this business. Like, she didn't even want to do it. I don't know what happened or what was said to make her actually decide to do it. But she didn't want to post anything on her Facebook page. She really was really unsure about the business, and she decided to do it anyway. Leap of faith. And tell them a little bit about your getting started, like your hesitations, and about how you were able to get all of, what did you get, like 35 loyal customers in your first month or something?
Yeah.
Tell a little bit about that, and what some of your hesitations were, and how quickly you were able to get over them when you got out of your own way.
Okay, so when I started, I was worried because I had done other businesses like this. So I was already thinking negative, like, okay, it's probably not going to work, but let me just give it a shot. So that day when I made the decision, I was like, well, let me give it a real shot, because I probably didn't give it a real shot the last, the other businesses, and they just didn't blend well with my lifestyle. So since I was already a person that liked natural products, I thought this would go good with it. So it did. And then my worry was the whole Facebook thing, because I didn't want people to get annoyed by me. But I soon learned that I needed to post, because that's how people were going to know that I had these products, because I don't speak to all my people that are on Facebook. That definitely doesn't happen, and I'm from Miami. I live in Maryland now. So this is the only way I could reach them was through Facebook. So the first thing I did when I started is I wrote 100 people down from my Facebook. 100 people that maybe I hadn't spoken to in a while. People I thought maybe that would want this. So I just wrote down those names, and next to each name, I wrote either an L for a loyal customer or a D for distributor, so that I knew what I was trying to reach them with. Like, did I want them to become a distributor or a loyal customer? And so then I went off that list, and every day I wrote to at least 20 people. And all I wrote to them was a simple message. I basically copied and pasted it to each person. And it just said, hey, I just wanted you to know that I sell health and wellness products. If you're ever interested, just let me know. That's it. That's all I wrote. And most of the people, they didn't write back. So, of course, I'm starting out. I was hurt by it, but I let it go. So as I started posting breakfast, lunch, and dinner for those first 30 days, I had people coming to me asking me, what's that wrap thing that you're posting? What's that weight loss? And that's how I got my customers. Of course, my first probably 7 customers were my close family. So I texted my close family and said, hey, can you help me out? And I had my grandmother and my mother and my cousin, and they're like, okay, because they probably felt bad for me. But I don't care. I wanted the free product. Feel bad for me. And I didn't care if they bought only $23 worth of the Fat Fighter just because. So I wanted those 4 people. So those were my first customers, my family. And then, like I said, as I kept on posting every day and I was being consistent, people were coming to me. And now we're almost, 6 months I've been doing this. And I still have people messaging me on Facebook. So the only other difference that I did is because since I've been doing it on Facebook consistently, I joined groups on Facebook. So just yesterday, I got a customer that she wrote on a woman's group, a picture of a biotin bottle. And she's like, has anybody ever tried this? I'm like, well, I haven't tried that, but I've tried something called hair, skin, and nails.
And then I messaged her privately. She bought within 5 minutes from my website. I didn't have to push her. It was the easiest sell ever. So I'm like, okay, I need to do these groups and keep on getting in groups. So I'm just trying to find different ways to get customers and just, try other routes, other things that I'm not doing. Because, Facebook, of course, I'm going to keep on with it. But I'm sure things get stagnant. So I'm just trying to find other ways to get customers. And another thing is blitzing. I'm still not very comfortable with it, but I know I need to do it. It's just part of it. When I bought that $99 kit, I told myself, this is my business, nobody else's. And I don't care what anybody thinks about me posting 5 times a day. This money that I have extra every month is for my family. So that's a big thing, that every morning I restart my day. If my day was bad the day before because a distributor didn't sign up or a customer didn't sign up, I start my morning every day like, okay, my business is running today. Forget about yesterday. Let's keep going. Yeah. And that's just how I do my business.
I think you touched on a lot of very, very important stuff there. And I think that it's really important. It actually brings us into some of the next part is actually, first, we've talked a lot about confidence and excitement. That's really important. If you don't know the answer to something, confidently tell somebody you don't know the answer to it. Like if you, and this is going to circle back around, I do this a lot. So if somebody asks you a question and you don't know the answer, say, you know what, that's a great question. Nobody's ever asked me that before. Let me get the answer for you real quick. Hold on. Like, and, so, or yeah. I could say, I don't know. I'm not sure. Like, what would you rather hear? Like, honestly, try to think about it from put yourself in their shoes.
And then if you don't know the answer, go into Rockstar Rap Team and post, and usually within minutes, somebody will have an answer for you. Or if you can't, get an answer on Rockstar Rap Team, then just call one of the leaders and somebody will get you an answer as quick as possible.
So, here's another thing I think Vanessa was a little hesitant about. Like, she didn't know everything when she started. Like, she didn't know what she was really getting into. And that's, I think, how we all feel. Like, she didn't know, like, everything about the little customer program. And she didn't know, I mean, we were on the phone for 3 hours that one day. Yeah. And I went over as much as I could, but you also don't want to go over so much that it confuses someone or makes them, because people don't want to do anything that's confusing. They don't want to do anything that's difficult. So only give the people what they need. Like, give your new teammates what they need. You guys don't even need that much. Literally, they give us 3 steps to success. Do them each month. You don't need to know how many distributors you need to get to Diamond. All you need to do is keep getting distributors till you get to Diamond. Like, it's possible, but you don't need to worry about all of that junk to get there.
Yeah, we're all stuck in like this the mindset of society, basically. Like, we go to school and we have to learn, we have to get an education, and to get a good job, we have to go to college or, at least be in the workforce for so long before we move up to that next promotion. And that's stuck in our mind. Like, we always have to have this education before we can make good money or, get the results we want in the workplace. Well, with this business, you don't have to know anything. You just do the 3 simple steps and you keep moving, almost not like a robot, but almost like a robot. You get 3 steps and you move to the next step. And with just doing that when we first started, we knew how to put a wrap on somebody, but that was it. We kept getting asked.
And I think we knew 3 products. I needed confianza and the wraps and the greens. Well, and maybe the pathfinders. Okay, so we knew four products. Like, we knew about them. We didn't really know. Like,
people kept asking us, what was in it? How did it make this happen? I don't know. I'm not a scientist. I really don't know. I know it's like magic. You just put it on. It's like a big Band-Aid, and it tightens and tones and firms the skin in 45 minutes. That's all I need to know.
Here's a big question you guys are going to get asked. How does it work? That's a huge question. That's exactly what you said.
If you say it like that, you'll never have a problem.
And basically, I just kind of avoid the question. I'm like, it's basically a cloth-like material that tightens, tones, and firms anywhere from the neck down.
Do you know what's in your cheeseburger at McDonald's?
But when you they're really asking, like, how does it work? Like, what's the science behind it? But I act like a dummy, and I'm like, oh, well, it tightens, tones, and firms anywhere from the neck down. And then they usually don't continue to ask how it works, because at that point they've changed, like, they forgot what they asked originally anyway. But if they do, then you show them the ingredient list and tell them to Google all the ingredients. Like, I don't go over what's in it. I don't know how it works. I'm not a scientist. Do the people in Walmart know how everything works there? No, but you buy it. So I can show you that it works, though. I'd love to show you. Okay, went off on another tangent. So back around to Vanessa. Having a really strong why in this business is really, really important. And Vanessa decided that she had to get out of her own way to make sure that her why she was focusing on that, and that's her family. And so some of you are on a thread that I have, like a newbie thread that I have for basically Vanessa and Crystal's team. And if you're not, I think I've posted this a couple other places, that I forget what I was going to say. Hold on, strong why. Oh yeah, I asked what your why was. I asked some people what their why was. And I got these very generic responses. My why is to make some extra money. Okay, but what does that mean? Like, why do you need to make some extra money? That's the important part. Why do you need to make extra money? One of the girls actually said, because I want to be able to help my sister out and watch her son while she works. And, I said to her, I was like, I have this really, really strong feeling that that's not the extent of your why. I was like, I need you to dig deeper. What is your why? And then she gave me this story, and I could feel the passion. I could feel the drive behind it. So you guys figure out your why for doing this. Like my first, we're going to run out of time. I got a lot more to talk about. My first why for this business was really to help Kristen out and to be able to get my own product and earn the free product. That was it. And then when I realized the money was there, my why very quickly turned into being able to stay home with my kids and be the mom that I had always dreamed to be. So I made that happen because it was so important to me. It was so important to me not to go back to the bank working 70 hours a day. I mean, I did not work 70 hours a day. That was a lie. 70 hours a week.
And it has to be super important. Like it has to be, you have to write it down first of all, and you have to admit it to yourself what your true why is. We always say, which I know the leaders know this, but the why should make you cry. And honestly, you don't have to tell nobody what your why is, but you need to really confront yourself with what your why is. And if your why doesn't make you cry, it's probably not going to be strong enough to make you successfully go all the way to the top or wherever your goal is in this business. And we say that because if your why is just to make money, that's a great why. We all want to make money. We all want to better ourselves, but there's no details in that. Yeah. It needs to be like something very emotional, because that emotional, when somebody tells you no, or somebody tells you this business is crap or this or that or whatever, or your uncle's like, why are you doing that stupid business? Nobody makes money in that. Well, first of all, we're here to tell you lots of people make money in this. But, that's what's going to be the deciding factor. If you have a strong why, you're going to get up in the morning and shrug off all that stuff, and you're going to keep going after what your goal is, because you have that strong why. And it doesn't matter whether you're a landscaper or a doctor or whatever. You have to have that strong why. Otherwise, you're not going to, if you're a doctor, you're not going to go through all the education it takes to become a doctor. If you're a landscaper, you're probably not going to work in that heat. And if in this business, if you don't have a strong why, you're not going to put in the time and effort to talk to all these people and to get through all those no's to get that yes.
And people ask us, what do we do when we hear no? Honestly, I don't know how many no's I've heard. Honestly, I don't care how many no's I've heard. It's not about the no's, it's about the yeses. So keep going, keep pushing. I don't hear a no. I'm just like, oh, okay, not right now. All right, I'll talk to you later. That's not important to me. Another thing before we go into launch party tips that we wanted to touch on is don't take advice from people that aren't successful in a network marketing business necessarily, because they're not doing this. Okay, so I have a question for you. Would you go to a mechanic when you're sick? So if you're sick and you need medicine, would you go to a mechanic? No. So would you go to a doctor when you need your car fixed? Unless he's a mechanic on the side, no. So why would you listen to these people that are telling you that you can't do this, or that it's stupid, or that it's silly? Because I heard the same exact thing, but I did this when they were doing this. I did this instead of this, and being like, oh, I don't know where this came from. But anyway, I just moved past it. So quick couple things for you guys. I'm going to give you a few of the most famous successful people who were first failures. Okay, so Henry Ford. While Ford is today known for his innovative assembly line and American-made cars, he wasn't an instant success. In fact, his early businesses failed and left him broke 5 times before he founded the successful Ford Motor Company. So what if he had quit after he failed the first time? The dude that did Macy's, most people are familiar with this large department store chain, but Macy didn't always have it easy. Macy started 7 failed businesses before finally hitting big with a store in New York City. Let's go to Bill Gates. Gates didn't seem like a shoo-in for success after dropping out of Harvard and starting a failed first business with Microsoft co-founder Paul Allen called Teradata. While this early idea didn't work, Gates' later work did, creating the global empire that is Microsoft. And the last one that I want to give you guys, and there's so many more, is Walt Disney. Today, Disney ranks in billions from merchandise, movies, and theme parks around the world, but Walt Disney himself had a bit of a rough start. He was fired as a newspaper editor because he lacked imagination and had no good ideas. After that, Disney started a number of businesses that didn't last too long and ended up with bankruptcy and failure. He kept plugging along, however, and eventually found a recipe for success that worked. So obviously he started Disney. So he was fired because he lacked imagination and didn't have any good ideas.
And you go to Disney
Like,
World,
really?
it's like the most creative,
Really.
you know, your imaginations come true at Disney World. So, I mean,
Dreams come true.
Dreams come true. Whatever, imagination. We live in Florida, we should know this. But
Okay, so, all right. Okay, so when you clicked submit when you enrolled, you were basically, as soon as you click that button, you're a business owner. So act like it. Like, you may fail one day, but that doesn't define you. You may feel like you're a failure in this business one day. Like Vanessa said, get up the next day, shake it off, and move the hell on. Like, pick up your big girl panties, put them on, and let's go. Like, you can do this. If I could do this, then anybody could do this. I mean, Chad literally had to pick me up a few times off the floor and put me in the car.
Crying like a little baby.
Crying and screaming because I didn't want to go to a party because I was a little brat and I had a headache and I didn't feel good and I was depressed and everything in the world was wrong. So why did anybody want to deal with me? And I got to the party and I put on my smiley face even though inside I was dying. And that weekend we did, I don't know how many parties, we made $2,000 in wrap cash. It was just wrap cash.
And that
didn't include the loyal customers and distributors that we enrolled.
And that led to, like, very well what Crystal's going through right now, a burst of energy, a burst of success that led to us going diamond in 3 months. I mean, it just trickled. Once you get one thing going and a couple things going, then a team's going, and you guys are the crazy ones and the excited ones, then that leads to success of everybody else that comes along in your organization.
Okay, so now we're going to go into parties real quick. Launch your business. If your sponsor is not near you, it's okay. Like, literally, you can crash and burn through your first party. Who cares? Like, my first party, I had nothing. I was watching some badass little kids, and they took all my stuff out of my party bag and hid it underneath of a coffee table. When I got to the party, all I had was wraps. That's it. That's all I had. I had to use the people's saran wrap. I didn't have a party pad. My first party, I had no idea what I was doing. I think, what did we get? 5 loyal customers and a distributor?
Yeah, we had no.
I had no idea what I was doing.
We had
I just
no
smiled.
catalogs, no order forms, no nothing.
And we had no internet service, so I couldn't even pull up my website.
And we never even did a party, so we
Never
didn't even
did.
know what the heck we were
So
doing.
I just winged it, and
it
worked
well.
out. So simplicity is also important. Do not carry 12 bags with you when you go to a party. Don't take a whole bunch of product. We are not a cash and carry business. You want people to be able to see themselves doing this, right? So don't carry a flip chart and give everybody a clipboard, and don't do that. It's just too much.
We tried it at the beginning. Like, we didn't try all that, but we tried to put our own creative spin on things because we were creative, and we very well learned that you want somebody that is maybe a doctor getting in this business, or somebody that works in McDonald's that really don't have a lot of money. You want everybody to be able to have the same opportunity and feel like they can do it, whether they have money or they don't have a lot of time. Everybody needs to be able to do this in a simplistic form.
Okay, so we have 2 minutes left before we get cut off, so we got to try to fly through this. Always use your party pad, first side and second side. Do not skip the become a distributor part. If you're not feeling comfortable flipping to that side, say, hey, you might know somebody that'd be interested in making some extra money. You have the wrap on. We still have 20 minutes before you can take it off. Let me show you a little bit about what I do. You're not even asking them. Just tell them what you're going to do. Tip for your first party. Take your wrap cash when you first start. Have a sign-in table. Have them sign in. Take their pictures in the order that they sign in. Take their cash in the beginning. Ask somebody to help you, whether it be your hostess, or if you bring a friend that you really want in the business with you, be like, hey, I really need some help today. Can you come help me? And you can show them how simple this business can be. Have conversations in the wrap room when you're wrapping them and when you're unwrapping them. Okay, so when you're wrapping them, talk a little bit about yourself. Find out about them so that you can gear parts of your conversation to them.
Do they have kids? Do they not have kids? Do they like their job? Do they maybe want to quit? Do they have a job? You know, these are things that you can jot little notes down, and when you come back after they unwrap, you can kind of gauge more of a conversation and kind of talk more about where their goals can be, whether they want to be a customer or want to be a distributor. So
okay, so we're getting ready to get cut off, and I have about 5 more minutes worth of stuff and a promotion to announce to you guys. So I'm going to post a new link, a new Zoom link in the event page, and I'll give 5 minutes for everybody to get on before we start. So
we're not going to take this super long. Please get back on. We'll
it's really, really important in the rest of the party and the promotion that we're going to be offering. So jump back on. See you in a minute.